Thou shalt not steal. Your website should obey this rule, so insist your programmer does too. This is episode number 335 of the My Online Toolbox weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing to help you grow your business with more quality leads. The last few weeks have been very interesting for us because last week we were talking about just not believing because crappy hype is pitched to you. That seems to be a prevailing topic where people hear things with excitement but don't realize that it is just crap. Check out that episode for the examples. Week before that, we were talking about inspirational websites, how they could be costly while your brand suffers. And then a week before that, we were talking about preparing to pay the price when your programmer steals. And this was all supported by the announcement that came weeks after, talking about, and this was a surprise announcement from Google, so this is our big announcement that is on all of our social media channels about Google tightening the SEO. And is your programmer, aware of what this is? Because the long-term ramifications could be disastrous for you long after those programmers are gone or attempt to change their models to sweep up the mess of the past. So this week, what we want to do is introduce a very simple concept because we've lived with this forever. So your website should obey a simple commandment, and it's called thou shalt not steal. And we want you to insist your programmer understands this because you got to remember there is an entire generation that's growing up based on volume, and they will do anything quicker over quality. So maybe they cheated this way on their exams and then it morphed into this as they got older. Well, now you got to remember it even got easier. Copying and pasting and plagiarizing and artificial intelligence is how they are being educated. So then they repackage it on the website, repackage the speed of your social media and blogging and all the stuff that you want to hear. The problem is it goes against the grain of a simple commandment. Thou shalt not steal, and it's not open for interpretation based on using a tool to regurgitate something from somebody else, whether it's approved or not, and then quickly enhancing it to make it look like it's your own. So we want you to be simple. Remind your programmers that while they can create inspirational websites using other people's work to insinuate the experience to get a lead, perhaps it's time to simply do it right and ethical. And it's always been said by the power above, thou shalt not steal, but maybe you need to go to episode number 333 and realize that even if they're not going to listen to the power above, now Google is saying the same thing. So please give that consideration that all of this stuff there's a means to an end, and it all starts with the responsibility of you realizing that your marketing is your brand, it's your resume. And while we all feel that we deserve leads today, it has to be earned. The only way to earn it is to have an entire resume that represents how you've built your business, where your business is today, but not using the imagery and the stories of other people who did better than you before you as a way to steal leads and trick the system. That game is almost over, so the question is, which side of the fence will you be on? And remember that in addition to the quick tips that we provide on Facebook and YouTube, we've been talking about this, and just this week on this post, we have our 180th featured project on Instagram talking about this topic repetitively for years, well before Google started to agree that you need unique content. And we were following the principles from that tablet from many, many years ago that all led up to the brand marketing strategies. So we're not going to beat that horse to death, but it's the truth. So please check out our Instagram channel to show that everything we've been preaching is something we've been living by, not because of technology, but because it was the right thing to do from the beginning. We've been talking about this in our updated marketing classes. Same thing. Always have been showing examples from the industry, but not inspirational. They were inspirational, but they're of the contractor who we feature on a episode by episode, chapter by chapter basis. This is My Online Toolbox reminding you to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we will see you next week.